My name is host Eric. I'm here this evening with my lovely and delightful wife Rachel,
Hi.
and we're watching the Athletics play the Kansas City Royals. Was umpires giving a pretty big strike zone here. Get trouble, scoot away. So you too, Capio. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be um, live streaming for a particularly long time this evening. I am having a day of rest, I suppose you could say, because why? Good question. And the answer is because I didn't take any Adderall today, and I'm feeling very low energy. Accordingly, I'm just kind of taking it easy. Hello, hello. Let me open up the stream in another tab. I'll do the split tab thing. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, hello. Winston's Bone, hello. Yeah, well, I'm planning on taking my last two Adderalls tomorrow. Then I have is really the start of Sleepy Week, and it will actually be 1 week till I get Adderall again, which is kind of unusual. All right, so Severino here in the first inning has gotten one out, but he's also given up a hit. That's unfortunate, but you know what they say? That's baseball. Sevy just gave up another hit. Now it's going to be first and third with one out. Severino has not really done a great job for the Athletics overall. Listening to a new channel I found, said Winston's mom. They don't do personality type theory and actively told me so. They do the Phil Bro stuff. I don't know what the Phil Bro stuff is. I don't know what that. It's called the Bridge the Divide. It may be a channel that you want to call into someday. Have some theological discussions and are not believers. Well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not. I believe in not having arguments about that. You know. Well, good for them. I don't think that there are plenty of philosophy questions you can't meaningfully answer without cognitive functions. Oh, Phil Bros. I see, like philosophy. Okay, gotcha. Severino's got the batter here, Perez, down 0-2. Perez fouls off another pitch. Um, got a lot of sleep last night and today. That's ball one. Severino struggling here in the first inning. He pitched well last game, but he's not overall done a great job of preventing base runners and or runs. He attempts to pick off the runner at first base to no avail. I find myself philosophizing a lot lately about the the capacity of parts of your body other than your brain to know things, right? Like, for example, well, the obvious, the foremost example would be this organ donor under transplant thing. But oh no, he dropped it. Was infield fly rule in effect? Oh, Jacob Wilson. Oh my God. How terrible. That's his first error in a long time, but yeah. So, if in fact it were the case that recipients of organs sometimes take on parts of the personality of the person whose organ they receive, well, then that would suggest that no that no brain reductionist brain explanation would be adequate, right? To to explain consciousness in full, because part of the consciousness is contained within the organ, independent of the organism. So it's also the case that other kinds of body knowledge kind of interest me. Like, for example, when I play the guitar and I think to myself, I play a C chord, my fingers just they know what to do without me instructing them directly. Like, I'm certainly not instructing each of them to go like first go here, then go here, then go here. I'm not sure if that qualifies as body knowledge in the same way that the organ recipient would, but it's a curious phenomenon, right? Like the idea that your body can know what to do without, because there's a difference between somebody expressly doing something which requires conscious attention to the action versus doing something that they're very familiar with doing. Negan from The Walking Dead. I've been compared to that person before on multiple occasions. I've never seen the show. But apparently I look like the guy. I've also been compared in my mannerisms and delivery of speech to Dr. House. Dr. House Medicine Woman. I've also been compared to the guy who shovels snow and has, what do they call that? When some family members are not in contact with each other. I can't think of the word. Estranged. Estranged father and son. The father of that pair. Being compared with that guy as well. All right, we begin the second inning here. I'm a little behind the actual game time, not that much behind. And Michael Wacha was taking the mound for the Kansas City Royals, posting an impressive ERA of 2.51 over 5 starts with 32 innings pitched. Kurtzy takes a strike to start the A's half of the first. It's been a great team to watch this year so far. Kurtzy's strikes, swings and misses on strike two. Been very exciting. We're 15-14, which is not a fantastic record or anything, but we are in first place in the AL West. And we can just keep winning. We can just keep winning each series, like 2 out of 3, then we'll be in good shape. Are you a painter? I'm not a painter, no. Because of my overalls? No, I just have overalls on. I like overalls because there's no chance of your pants falling down. My pants have a tendency to fall down because of my high hip syndrome. Ball 2, curtsy, working a 2-2 count after falling behind. Kurtz is really good at getting walks. Strike 3. Announcers Jinx. How about you? Are you a painter? How life has been so far. Hope it was good, right? Well, I mean, I've got a lot of years left. It's not over yet. I'm 55 years old. And how's life been so far? It's been up and down like everybody else's, I suppose. Um, you know, it's easy looking back from 55 to say, I wish I had done certain things differently or what have you. I'm from California, from Mariposa, California. Live kind of out in the forest. Brother, is it from him or I don't know what to make that? I'll have to go inside work and read it more. But I don't have my glasses on. So, 2 out here is not accomplishing much of anything in the first inning. Looks like Kotze's out to complain about something. We'll see what.
You want to know what's funny about your girls' quiz?
What?
Is that like the character that you got the least amount on?
Mm-hmm.
Is one time she was like, it was during your scene that you asked me to like turn it down or turn it off or something.
Oh, yeah?
It makes so much sense. Like,
Bahai Itzar Kayai Kar Rahai. Yeah, it's Marlboro Red. Uh-oh. Trouble at the baseball diamond. It's Hindi, sir. Well, good for Hindi. It looks like Katse got himself a run. He did. Well, hello, India. How's your day going? Have you eaten any curry today? The best cigarette I smoke is Marlboro Reds. Two and one is the count to Carlos Cortez, who's been one of our hotter hitters so far this season. We've not done a great job necessarily all the time on offense, but he's been a reliable batsman. He's hitting 387 across 23 games this year, which is quite good, obviously. So hopefully he'll continue being hot and he gets a walk. Good job, Carlos Cortez. Good job. Hi, kitty. I've got a kitty. She wants some more pets. She likes to sit here. Even though I don't really want her to sit here. Marlboro Red is smooth, yeah. I've gotten Marlboro Reds from other countries though, and they're not quite the same. Well, Rooker flies out. That's going to bring the first inning to a close. Yes, you're a very silly cat. All right, we're in the second inning. Severino strikes out the first battery faces here in a second, which is a nice start. My cat's name is Capio. Kapio, Capio. Where in India are you from? Are you from Calcutta? Are you from, what's another city in India? New Delhi? Is New Delhi a city in India? I think so. You're from Chennai, huh? Let me look it up and see where Chennai is. Chennai, the capital and largest city of Tamil Nadu, the southernmost state of India, is located on the Coromandel coast of the Bay of Bengal. It is the sixth most populous city in India and fourth most populous urban agglomeraton. It is administered by the Greater Chennai Corporation, which was incorporated in 1688 and is the second oldest municipal corporation in the world after the City of London Corporation. Being the capital of the state, it houses major government institutions. Wow, it's got this big temple here. What a crazy looking temple. Let's look at this crazy temple, everybody. This is a crazy looking temple. Like, what are all those colorful things on it? I want to see more close up of it. Okay. Thanks. You have a great day too. Oh, so Sabrina gives up a hit. Those colorful things are like different forms of a god, you know. Every level depicts a story. Well, that's nice. And what do they do inside the temple? Do they have like prayers and stuff or oh kitty. Yes, daddy knows and daddy loves. You're a special girl. Oh wow, nice job, Sevi. Sevi picked off the runner first, so that ends the second inning. All right, Jacob Wilson at the plate, down 0-2 here in the bottom of the second inning. Capito is about 8 years old, I would say. About 8 years old, if I remember correctly. How long ago did we get together?
19.
Okay.
2019.
So then. She's 9 years old. 9 years old. Oils versus the Rathletics, eh?
Wow.
Yep, that's right. If your anus hurts, apply some cream. Well, thanks, Jeeves. Thanks for that helpful advice.
Very helpful.
9 years and well groomed. She grooms herself entirely.
All the time.
Yeah, she's
a very clean cat. Not
our other cat is bad. He's not clean.
His bed is filthy just from him sleeping in it.
Christ is Lord. But Peter's not chunky. Yeah. Nice job, Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson gets himself to second base, standing up with a nice double to begin the second inning. But who is Cord Overstreet? Well, only our generation's greatest actor. Jacob Wilson jumped all over that, lined it to the gap. It's an easy two-bagger. Do you watch cricket in India? A.K. Shin Bharathi? Telly Savalas? Hindu Temple, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, a temple exclusively where they celebrate Telly Savalas. It's another double. It's another double. That's going to tie up the game. That's going to tie up the game. And we've got McNeil standing on second with an RBI double.
Redemption for...
Nice job, McNeil. And nice job, Jacob Wilson. Yeah, redemption for Jacob Wilson.
It's tough when you make a mistake. Like, I feel bad because, like, you can only beat yourself up about it like so much, but some people do a lot.
Well, yeah, and baseball is a sport where if you make a mistake, it's officially recorded as an error.
Yeah.
You know? Did they get him out? No, he's safe, right? Yeah, I think so. They're saying maybe they're gonna challenge it. Oh, Kitty, how did you get to be so special? G, hello.
Oh, do you want to come up?
He's out. He is out. I think that's pretty obvious that he's out.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're gonna overrule that play, that call, and they're gonna rule him out.
Oh,
He's out.
I spoke too soon.
Oh, I think he's out.
Is that McNeil?
Yeah.
Oh, that's surprising. I'm surprised he would make that. Well.
Yeah, call overturned. He's out. Well, that's all right. We already got one run out of this inning, so that's pretty good.
That is.
The cat just looked into your soul in a very matter-of-fact way. Well, she does have the power of the oracle within her. The Omega. You guys know what the Omega refers to? It's like, I guess, the second coming from some Messiah character. Probably the term is taken from that apocalyptic verse about the Alpha and Omega in the Bible. We're going to have to eat something here relatively soon.
Yeah. Would you like some of these though?
Yeah, I'll probably eat some of those. It's good to have a snack. These are Doritos. All right, Lawrence
no.
Butler is up to the bat. He's
Don't challenge anything that like really you're not certain of.
yeah. Lawrence Butler. I can't help but feel bad for the guy.
That's a good, yeah.
He's like an endless fountain of boneheaded mistakes. Doyle tried the slow cooked eggs. They were actually very good.
I'm glad to hear it, Doyle.
Lawrence Butler. Oh!
Oh! But he made it.
He made it to first base. Now,
that's
of course,
good.
we know what's going to happen now.
He's gonna try and steal.
And he'll get caught stealing.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Or potentially, he'll get picked off first. That's the Lawrence Butler way. Oh my God. Can you believe it? Can you believe Rachel, you weren't even watching. What happened?
Trying to steal?
What happened on the first pitch?
No fucking way.
He
of course
tried
I'm
to
looking
steal.
away when it happens, too.
He tried to steal and he
no fucking way.
He didn't even.
Are you
He
trying
didn't even
to
throw a pitch. Look, he didn't even throw a pitch. It was like a pitch out. Look at this. So Lawrence Butler's good. He just got on first because of an error, just as I predicted. They throw behind him. He's in the middle of stealing before the pitcher even throws the pitch, and he's picked up.
Oh my God, you totally called it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job. Sorry, I was reading a text from my mom.
Every fucking time you get on base, Lawrence Butler. How could you be so bad at that? It's crazy.
I thought because they asked nicely that he would not try to steal.
Yeah, I mean, if I were the coaching staff, I would have told him, you do not try to steal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You are very bad at it. You always get caught. And wow. That happened before the pitcher even threw a pitch, right after I predicted it. Insanity.
I know. It was such a good call, though. You knew it.
I've watched enough.
Intuition?
I mean, what? It doesn't require any intuition since it seems to happen like literally every time he gets on base.
I really did. I was like, I asked him nicely. I don't have to. I can look away at my mom's text for a moment, but no, he has to go and fucking try and steal.
It's ridiculous. All right, what am I gonna make to eat?
You know what I'm in the mood for?
What?
Which is ridiculous.
What?
Because we just had it. Chili and rice, like.
That's easy. Let's do that. All right, we're gonna do chili and rice. Easy to make.
And delicious. And cozy, because it's kind of chilly.
Yeah. We can
Oh.
put it on the heater for a minute or two. All right, so we're gonna start by getting 1 cup of rice. We're gonna empty out that bag of rice first. Then we'll get the other bag of rice. Buddy.
Buddy.
Put these up here. Okay. Now we're going to put this cup of rice in here. And we're going to get 2 cups of water. Put this back. We'll jostle a little bit there. Bring this over here. Put on the fire. Put on the clock. 8 minutes. And good. Come back in 8 minutes. Simple. They just dropped nukes on Iran. I kind of doubt that. That would be crazy news if that were the case. Yeah, they did not, in fact, drop nukes on Iran. All right. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Darryl Hernandez at the plate. Not a particularly vibrant bat. Hitting under 200, 194. Not exactly what you're looking for, but this could be the day that he turns that all around. Bang. He gets good wood on that, but it's simply a fly ball out to left field. Darryl is a good baseball name. I agree. Obviously, made most famous by the inimitable Darryl Strawberry. It does prompt people to engage in the chant, Darryl, Darryl. I'm going to turn the heater on for a little bit. Rach has been all wrapped up in a blanket all day. You know, it's like, good job trying to save propane, Eric, but let's not be ridiculous. It's 63 degrees in here. That's pretty cold. Well, Kurt strikes out. That's not good. Dab, not elbow cough. Right on. It's a good distinction to make. All right, Shea Langoliers at the plate with 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Tie ball game, 1-1. KC versus Athletics. Langoliers swings and misses. Strike 2. Things not looking great right now for the Athletics offense, but we have managed to push the time run across, so it's a brand new ball game, as they say. You know, I'm having a pretty pleasant day overall. Slept a lot during the day. 1 and 2 now to count. Slept okay last night, but got up super early, and then I slept all day today. Shea Langoliers at the plate. Swings and fouls off that offering. The count remains 1 and 2. Now 2-2. As Shea Langolier does not offer that pitch in the dirt. All right, 2-2 now the count. Watcha, adjusting his bill of his lid of his cap. Hey, trouble, stop. And delivers the pitch. Ball 3. Shea Langoliers has worked a full count after the early 0-2 start. Watcha, 41 pitches, now into his 42nd, delivers. Shea Langoliers takes ball 4. He will walk to first base. Tydo hit a home run. Who's Tydo? I don't know who Tydo is. Now we've got Cortez, our red hot Carlos Cortez, who fouls it off. He's had a wonderful season so far. 8-game hit streak. He's hitting .556 during that streak. He was named AL Player of the Week for last week. The coin thief. Where are they stealing coins from? 0-2 now the count to Cortez. Oh and 2 now the count. Cortez adjusts his batting helmet. Settles into his stance. Here comes the pitch. He fouls it off. 0-2, the count remains. How many minutes left on the race? Let's go take a look. So I would like to go outside and have a cigarette, but I also, there's only 2 minutes, 1 minute left. Well, now 2 minutes really left before Cortez, he did not go around. Okay, good job. He lays off that high offering. And the count is now 1-2. Ooh, that was close. Could have gone either way. Watcha, outside, 2-2 now the count. Shea Langoliers having worked the walk, and Cortez now making Watcha work for it as well. We see Watcha's pitch count has risen to 53. Here's going to be his 54th pitch. He delivers it. Cortez fouls it off. Nothing easy for Watcha tonight. Cortez now, 2-2 still the count. Adjusts his helmet. Blinks his eyes. Watcha delivers. He gets a single. Nice job, Cortez. That's going to push Langoliers to third. He'll be in there safely, easily enough. Cortez now extends his hit streak to 9 games. And everybody's feeling pretty good about themselves. There are, however, 2 outs, so a sacrifice fly is not going to be able to score a run here. We're going to need another hit or an error or some such if we're going to push a run across. Our designated hitter, Brent Rooker, is at the plate. Back from injury just a couple days ago. What inning is it? It's the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. Alright. Put the lid on the rice and turn it down. Put 22 on the clock. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, now we can go have this cigarette because
I want to follow you.
okay.
I wish I could just float.
Well, your jacket's right there if you want to go. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Rooker, cold as ice, 0 for his last 16. 1 and 2 is the count here in this at bat. He goes around. That's strike 3. That's the end of the third inning. Sorry, it was the bottom of the third inning. I'm actually a little bit behind the actual game time. Not very much. This will catch us up here pretty much.
Trouble.
All right, fourth inning now, top of the fourth. Severino on the mound delivers the first pitch. The fourth pitch of the inning to strike out the Kansas City Royals batsman for the first out of the inning. Now, it's time for us to go outside. First time I saw it. Let me see what you're talking about. I want to see. Oh, that's the first time you saw that one. I remember that live stream, that short. Jays and Squirrels, a fragile piece. Yeah. Well, hopefully that's something I get done tomorrow. I took a day off from Adderall today, so not feeling anything. Not feeling like anything, but tomorrow I'm going to take my last two. I've got a few things on the schedule that hopefully I'll address and deal with. That being one of them. It wouldn't be a particularly big task to get it done because I've got the hard part already done. Oh, got that lady. Last night when the Royals won, they tried to dump the water thing on their player, but instead they got all on this lady who was behind him because he ducked out of the way. I forget the name of his channel. I'll have to find it again. In this particular video was about like TE and TI. All right, Severino. It's the second out of the inning. Or third out. That was the third out already. Well. Good job, Sevy. Going to the bottom of the fourth inning now. Oh, cool. Thanks, Winston's mom. So that was another good A's game. You know, one thing about this team is, sure, we're playing about 500 baseball. Happen to be lucky to be in first place because, normally 500 baseball is not going to get you there. But this is a fun team because there's a lot of close games we've been playing. And I totally feel like in every instance, we could win the game. Such an improvement over our first season with the Athletics, where they were literally the worst team in baseball. So far, there's not a lot of wow you numbers from a lot of our players, but we've had some stand-up performances here and there. Shea Langalier's got off to a real hot start. He slowed down in terms of home runs, but Jacob Wilson starting to swing the bat a little bit better. Takes ball one here to start the bottom of the fourth inning. He's 1-for-1 on the night. Double in the second. Scored a run. That's strike one. 1-1 is now the count. McNeil on deck. Jacob Wilson fouls it out of play. 1-2 now the count. I like his striped socks that he has. They're very old school looking. Wacha delivers the pitch. Jacob Wilson singles it into right field. Great job, Jacob Wilson. He fought that pitch off. It was in on the hands. And just kind of booped it into right field. Just over the outstretched glove of the first baseman. He couldn't quite reach it. Well, I've got to go pee. So I'll leave you here to keep an eye on my chair. What's that lady's name who was in that movie I watched recently? Charlize
Theron.
Charlize Theron. So I watched a movie recently with this lady Charlize Theron in it called Apex. It was pretty okay, but I found myself skipping through it a lot.
Most of the media I've been watching lately is like sort of okay.
It's like I wanted her to turn the tables on him sooner. She's being hunted by this crazy guy in the Australian wilderness. And it's like, just get around to Get her out to the part where she takes control of the situation earlier in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's too much him chasing her and her not accomplishing anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a lot. And that's a lot of non-dialogue too, right?
Right, yeah. A lot of like action shots, rock climbing shots, stuff like that. You're back, huh? You are back. This is their channel. Thank you for the link, Winston's mom. I'll bring it up so that I have it easily accessible. God does not exist, change my mind. Oh, that channel. I want the other one. Oh, Lawrence Butler! We don't have to worry about you getting caught on stealing this time. 3-run home run for Lawrence Butler.
Yay! Oh, I mean, that's a redemption arc right there.
Yeah, I'm super happy for him.
Me
Good
too.
job, Lawrence Butler.
Good job, Lawrence Butler.
Job. Boy, he needed that. We needed that in this game too, so 4-1 Athletics. Nick Kurtz is super happy for him. Everybody's happy for him. He gets to put on a special. Yeah, I found it. Thank you for the link, Mrs. Mom. He gets to put on the special home run celebration stuff. They got like this fake gold necklace and an elephant head that you put on. Someone who fell in urine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vat of urine way USA. I don't want to live at that street. Renee is going to get a second chance at that because the Royals were unable to catch the foul ball. Now it's Curtsy. Curtsy up to bat. 2 out here in the 4th inning. A's winning 4-1. Everything coming up roses. Except for the roses, which are coming up daisies. Kurtz takes ball 3. He's got quite an extensive walk streak going, I believe, so he could use to get another walk in this game. He does get a walk.
Just keeps increasing the record and chasing the greats.
Yeah.
18 straight.
18 straight walks.
On the heels of Timmy Bolton.
Yeah, he's got 18 straight games with a walk.
Wow.
The AL record, all-time AL record, is 22 from 19.
Really? Wow, he's coming up close.
Yeah, he's still going too. So that's a big one going on. It's a big storyline for the Athletics. Now Shea Langolier's up to bat, 0 for 1 on the night, but you know, always a threat to hit a home run. He takes strike 1. Steps out of the box. Steps back in. He's hitting .314, which is great. 8 home runs, 14 RBI. He's off to a good start. He settles in. The pitch comes. He hits it. And it's fair ball. That's going to be a single into left field. Went off the third baseman's glove, but that's a base hit. Yeah, there's no error there. Good job, Shea Langoliers. There's There's no way the third baseman's going to get that one. It's on him too fast.
Nice job, Shea Langoliers.
He has the second most hits in the majors this year.
Wow. Good job, Shea
I
Langoliers.
know. He's hitting 314. That's his 38th hit. And then
Wow.
Cortez gets another
Nice.
hit.
Woo!
Wow. Let's go, Nick. Oh,
No.
yeah. He's safe.
He's safe?
They called him safe. We'll have to see the replay.
I was surprised. I really thought that he got him, honestly.
That was close. 5-1
I hope
Athletics.
he didn't.
Let's see the
challenging
replay.
it?
I don't know. I don't see any challenge. Kersey waved home. The ball got there faster than I think anybody expected. That was a great throw by the right fielder. It was a bullet right on the mark. But the catcher was set up on the other side of the plate. Ooh, it looks like
I don't know.
I don't think they challenged it, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
No, they did challenge
Nice.
it. They
Yay.
did challenge it. No, they did
Oh, they
challenge
did
it.
challenge it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think he's going to be safe. I don't think there's enough evidence to overturn that at all. I think it's going to be play stands, as called. Looks like his hand might be on the base. It's hard to see. That's a tough one. That's another tight call. There was another one of the tight call earlier in the game. He might be out. We'll have to see. Let's get the chili going. Just gonna put it in the bowl. Oh, ay. It's okay. Phone seems fine. Go ahead and eat, dude. You don't need me to watch you. All right. Take this chili out and we'll put it in here. There. Put this in the microwave. Okay. Looks like we lost the challenge. Yeah, we lost the challenge. I'm surprised. I thought that was going to be a call stands. It's okay. We're still up 4-1. Severino gets the first out. Easy squeezy. He's only thrown 66 pitches through 5 innings. That's a good count. Well, not through 5. Through the first out in the 5th. Still a pretty good pitch count. He might even be... No, he's probably not. I'm going to say he might be on track to pitch a complete game, but I doubt it.
I love you.
I love you too, darling.
Is it okay if I put you on a pedestal?
Sure. So we'll have some chili and rice here in a minute or two. We don't have a lot of time to wait. This looks like it's probably about done. Go hear it pop in a little bit, that means it's probably a good time. Yeah, it's done. Hot and boiling. All right. Well, I just got tortillas, I see. That's fine. All right, 27 seconds left on. I think, yeah, you have to open a little bit.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Like little steps like that I forget to do.
Well, you know, not necessarily easy to close. For my consumption requirement, I'm experimenting with 6 Brussels sprouts. I mean, roasting them with teriyaki steak, sliced shrimp, and superfluous dumplings. Superfluous but delicious. Sounds delicious.
You know what Brussels sprouts I really liked? The ones that chow up.
Yeah, those are delicious.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure your Brussels sprouts are going to come out fantastic, Winston's mom. I used to not like Brussels sprouts, but then I had really good ones and I started liking them. So that's a strikeout. Now 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The Royals do still have a man on first. He didn't get a. He broke his airless streak tonight. He got an error. I just watched hat acculturation video. That acculturation video on ENT. I was interesting. Wonder what detective Strauss will find. Yeah. Wow. Oh, he's out. Why? I never see that. When the batsman hits a ball and it comes into contact with the base runner, they're out. And that's exactly what just happened there. Normally the base runner can kind of jump over the batted ball that's hit down the base path, but in this case, no. All right, so how are we gonna serve this? We've got a couple of these bowls here. These will work well. All right. What's all this? All right. At this point, I'm just going to get out the rice scooper. It's right here. And even though it hasn't rested its full 5 minutes, I think it's good enough. Okay, now I'm gonna get you that napkin.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Alright. Yeah, who knows whether people, you never know whether people are gonna respond or not. This looks like a good ratio of chili to rice.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Wilson 2 for 2 on the night. Is at the plate. 1 and 2 is the count. Brent Rooker looking a little displeased with himself on a bit of a cold streak. Jacob Wilson pops it into center field. That's going to be the second out of the inning. And McNeil up to the plate. Here in the bottom of the fifth. McNeil 2 for 2 on the night so far. Takes ball 1. We still have Wacha pitching for the Royals. The video is titled TE versus extrovert thinking versus introvert thinking, something like that. Ball 4, McNeil on base again. Wow, that really feels good going down the gullet. Good call, Rachel.
Thanks.
It's a good, warming, hearty meal
Yeah.
that, what do I have for now? This is chili and rice. Can of Hormel chili plus rice. You are a busted dude. Oh yeah, what am I busted for? Trek zest to it. All three of us are Ray. Oh,
Yeah.
you got Ray too, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe everybody gets Ray on the toast.
No. Kimmy got Adam.
Actually has Star Trek zest in it. Watching now here in the fifth is over 100 pitches, 103. But the Royals seem determined to get at least 5 innings out of him, I guess. Geloff gets most of that pitch, but not quite all of it. Caught at the wall. Just shy of a home run. Sorry, Zach Geloff. No home run for you. I was saying to Rachel earlier, my dad really would have liked that Mark Felton Productions YouTube channel. I
Mhm.
watch it a lot. I think he would have enjoyed that content a lot.
I've been into Euphoria lore.
Yeah.
I refuse to, because like Drake and Sam Levinson are attached to it. I refuse to watch it. Also, like the darkness of it. I don't think I could handle them.
Yeah.
So it's good to just get like brief recaps and clips rather than like get invested in these characters. I don't know. Be in the know, but not like.
Have to endure it yourself.
Yeah, because I can't deal with some of the subject matter.
Yeah, it seems pretty dark.
I'm sorry, call me a prude, but I'm not cool with watching what is supposed to be teenagers having like sex a lot. It's
That's
just
fair.
not. It just. Yeah, I know it happens. It can be implied though, can't it? Don't you think?
Oh, God.
Or if it's got an edge, right? And there are sex scenes. It's just like it just. I
I
don't
don't think the
know.
people that made it are very well intentioned. Oh, this is really satisfying.
Yeah, it really is.
Nice job.
Yeah, good job, Denise.
Hernandez gets himself an out. Gets an out for Severino, I should say. Garcia lines a tough
Great catch.
line drive. He reacts very quickly and grabs it, snags it out of the air. Steady, strike one. You know, still keeping his pitch count down, but it looks like 80 now. Why? Everybody that. Strike three. Down goes Frazier on 3 pitches. Boy, oh boy. Food really makes a big difference in your like state of being, you know.
Mm-hmm. It does.
In this instance, I feel like almost an immediate sleepiness to the after effect of eating. You're looking for the Blizzard Lady? Oh, you're looking for Blizzard Laddie. Well, I don't have any blizzards here. I'm fresh out of blizzards. I think anybody that puts out a video on Thinking Function says their work cut out for them. Yeah. I mean, the first thing I would point out about any video on extrovert thinking versus introvert thinking is that they're not really the right things to compare against each other because they're different kinds of functions. kind of like comparing green limes to green beans. Well, yeah, they're both lime. I mean, they're both green, but they're not. That's kind of irrelevant, you know. Sevy gets the third out of the inning on a fly ball to center. Great job, Severino. He's completed 6 innings of 1 hit pitching here. I mean, one run pitching. Give up 1 run in 6 full innings. That's pretty good. That'd be great if Severino can start pitching like a lot of people kind of expected a little bit more out of him, you know. If he could start pitching like people expect, that'd be pretty cool. Dime Store Adventures came out with a new video today. As always, fantastic. That guy finds the best stuff. He reads a bunch of old newspapers and finds just these crazy stories. Like, he found this one story about this teenage girl who died, and the doctor said that she died because she worked in a pickle factory, and then she ate too many pickles all day long, and they said that was why she died. Seems like a really strange. I guess that's what the doctor said, but what would make a doctor say that? Like, you died from eating too many pickles. Do I remember Paul Harvey? Yeah, he was on the radio, right? He was kind of like mid-America, I guess, Pleasant Core. I don't think I ever listened to him, but I remember there being some jokes about him on The Simpsons. He was kind of like Garrison Keillor for the everyman. Whereas, like, Garrison Keillor was like Paul Harvey for bougie sweater people. He had those stories that you just went wow at the end. True stories. Oh, cool. Yeah, well, that's what Dime Store Adventure has, you know. A bunch of crazy stories from the olden days. He goes through a bunch of old newspapers where he gets most of his stuff from. Sometimes old books. I think he does a lot of his research on actual physical documents. Across the board, I'm super impressed with his content. I think he does a great job, both of finding interesting things and of telling those stories. Like, the formatting of his videos is great. He always puts up there like the actual story he's talking about with parts highlighted as he goes through it, you know. It's a very effective template. So the Royals have a new pitcher in, obviously. The last pitcher was over 100 pitches. I'm still kind of hungry. I wonder what else I could eat.
I just put out Vienna fingers to eat if you'd like some.
Vienna fingers?
Vienna fingers?
Oh, okay. Where did you put them out?
They're in the kitchen.
Okay.
On the counter.
If I'm gonna have a cookie, maybe I think I am gonna have a cookie or two. If I am gonna have a cookie though, I'm gonna have a Chips Ahoy. I very rarely eat anything with sugar in it these days.
Oh, I forgot.
But I got those Chips Ahoy because I thought I occasionally need a little treat.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Wow, we're just when I was rolling around.
I have no idea what happened. Let's go see. All right, Charlie, you can go outside. There you go.
Curtsy is a ball into right field, and it took long enough for her niece to run from first to home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job, Kirsty. We'll go a little bit crazy here in our 2 pictures. Got my coffee to go with them. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be a real taste sensation. Okay. So we scored another round, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back and see what happened. I'm surprised that one didn't make it
I
out.
thought it was gonna go out, but no. But still, he was able to make it home.
5-1 Athletics. Langoliers at the plate. 6-1. You're great. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're gonna eat some cookies here. So good.
I thought it'd be nice to have a dessert thing.
He's
He's so upset.
See, Langoliers gets all of it. Not quite.
No. Oh, damn. That fielder was gonna make sure he didn't make the same mistake twice or whatever. I don't know. That was a good catch. My cold coffee is like sweetened, and I'm so upset. Like I was hoping that like it wouldn't be, so that I could just like drink it without. So next time like I get it, I'll read the label better.
Okay. Carlos Cortez is now hitting over 400. 406. He's 2 for 2 in this game. Fouls that one out of play. 1-1 the count. All right, Cortez. You are hot as fire right now. That's ball 2. Kurtz leads off from second. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's strike one. Strike two, I mean. That was delicious. That's ball three. I'm sure these cookies are basically just all sugar. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta splurge a little bit.
It's just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You're right, Doyle. He's dead. He struck out. He struck out. But you know what? That's okay. We have a 5-1 lead. Do I feel like that lead is safe? No. Yeah, it is. Still having a great game. 2 for 3 now. What is this a commercial for? AT&T Business. Connecting changes everything. With AT&T Business, you get access to the internet.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Severino's still on the mound. He has thrown 90 pitches, looks like. 90 pitches here through 6 innings. Not too bad. I certainly don't think we'll see him in the 8th inning, regardless. Hopefully he gets through the 7th here. He's got this first batter 0-2. And ball one. All right, let's pull a couple of balls. That seems like a good idea. Strikes out the first batter. He has 7 strikeouts on the evening. He's pitching well tonight, no doubt about that. Pitched well last game too. Maybe this is the beginning of a new era of Severino.
Maybe.
Strike one. Collins. Ball one. 1-1 the count now. As the Athletics try to finish out this game here with their 4-run lead. That's strike two. Severino obviously feeling his oats in a groove. Matcha tea is great. I agree with you. It tastes like alfalfa. Or it tastes like alfalfa smells. I don't know if I've ever eaten alfalfa before. Probably not. Do people ever eat alfalfa? Hi, Pippo Langstrumpf. Morning piss is healthy, they say. Well, yeah, you don't want to hold your pee after you wake up, obviously. Holding your pee in general is a bad idea. That's how you get kidney stones. Ball one to the third batsman of the inning. Severino still under 100 pitches. And here comes the delivery. Foul back, 1-1 is the count. I think that was his 99th pitch. Can't really see that clearly from here. But let's find out right now. Yep. He's on his he just threw his 100th pitch. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Now 2-2 the count. As that one sails high. And this is in fact Severino's season high in pitches. Strike three. That's gonna wrap up 7 full innings of work for Severino. Gives up 1 run, throws 101 pitches, I think, maybe 102. And you know, is displaying his high ceiling, I think it's fair to say. You know, when we got him from the Yankees, he was supposed to be our ace, and he's kind of pitching like it last game and this game. One price, 5 years, same day Wi-Fi. These two are on a date at a restaurant, and Samuel L. Jackson is cooking in the kitchen. He is advertising, of course, for Capital One. Now we're off to Home Depot, where a salesman and a lady are talking about a refrigerator. Ooh, wash and dry in one machine. That's pretty convenient. I didn't know they had that. Nowadays, I guess they have combination washer dryers. First it washes your machine, and then it dries. It washes your clothes, and it dries it all in the same machine. That's pretty cool. It's probably a front loader though, and front loaders are fundamentally shitty. Although maybe if it's drying in the same machine, it wouldn't have the mildew issue. All right, we're back in Sacramento. Ready to start inning number 8 of 9. Baseball's structured so nicely, you know. 9 innings is the right amount of innings. It's such a game of balanced things. Like same with like Magic the Gathering, right? Where you've got different colors that and cards that, empower some specific kind of strategy against some other kind of strategy. Everything has to be balanced, right? Well, same with baseball. Like the mound has to be the right distance from the home plate, and the base paths have to be the right distance. Hello, Gabstar86. I'm doing fine. How are you? I'm 55. Most people would say I don't look it. They'd say I look older than 55. Well, yeah, I'm not. I'm sort of fit, I guess. I don't get a lot of exercise, but what are you going to do? That's life in the big city. Jacob Wilson at the plate. He's 2 for 3 on the night. And he had a double, a single. No, it wasn't a fart. I do fart sometimes, but not this time. 2-0 now. The count to Jacob Wilson. He's got those old school, high, knee high, striped yellow and green socks. I think they look quite cool. All right, 2-1 now. The count. Jacob Wilson taps some dirt off of his shoes, gets back in the box, waggles the bat over his shoulder. Here comes the pitch. Ball 3. 3-1 now. The count. Wilson adjusting his helmet, back in the box, waggling the bat, the pitcher on the mound, into his windup. Here comes the pitch. That's ball 4. Wilson will walk to first base. That was maybe just a shift in the cushions, Gab. Could have been a shift in the cushions, yeah. Could have been maybe the sound of this. I do that a lot. All right, up to the plate now is Mr. McNeil, who's 2 for 2 on the evening. Takes a strike, first pitch strike, and he's fallen behind 0-1. Severino looking pretty happy, looking pretty pleased with himself in the dugout. Glad that he did a good job of pitching. That's ball 1. McNeil successfully checked his swing. They appealed to third. No swing, said the third base umpire. That pitch is hit by McNeil to the second baseman, who gets the lead runner, but they cannot turn the double play. McNeil safe at first without a throw. It was a slow chopper. Took a long time to get to the second baseman. All right. So, with still a man on first, though it's a different man, Geloff steps to the plate, takes ball 1. 2 out in the inning. Yeah, he's looking to tack on an insurance run or 2 here. Geloff. See you later, Doyle. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your company. Geloff at the plate. 1-1 is the count. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. Pitch gets away from the catcher, rolls all the way to the backstop. That's going to advance McNeil to second base. That's going to be a pass ball, I think. I don't see them ruling that a wild pitch. Oh, they did rule it a wild pitch. Wow. I would have thought that was a pass ball. Okay. 2-1 the count. McNeil now on second. The pitch is delivered, is swung at and missed by Geloff, also named Geloff. Oh, Geloff. He's not very good. I'm not sure exactly why he's in the lineup. And he grounds out to third. That's the end of the inning. Well, we made it this far. So I think it's fair to say we're going to make it to the end of the game. We're going to keep this stream going to the end of the game. And I'll continue to inform you about the wonderful world of athletics baseball.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks. You might be saying, Eric, you said Geloff shouldn't be in the lineup. Well, who should be in the lineup instead? Okay, great question. Nobody's going to dispute that that's a great question. Um, I think the answer is Soderstrom. Yes, Soderstrom is, you know, up and down. He's not had the best start to the season, but I have a lot more faith in his bat than I ever will in Zach Geloff's. And there's just not really any reason to put Geloff in. Although, yeah, he made some good plays the other night in the field. Well, I mean, the other issue is Denzel Clark is on injured list, or injured list. Used to be the disabled list, not anymore. Then it was a good idea to change the name, I think, because in fact, people who get injured in baseball are not disabled.
It's true.
But I imagine back in the day, they meant it in a much more literal sense, like they're not able to play right now. All right, we enter now the 8th inning. 12 total outs remain in the game, but possibly 9. If in fact we finish the top half of the 9th inning with lead, then we don't have to play the bottom half. So hopefully we're down to our last 9 outs. Although if the Royals were to take the lead or tie it up, obviously we'd go to the bottom of the 9th. Connell is in, replacing Severino. He jumped ahead of the batter 0-2, now throws his first ball of the at-bat. 1-2 the count. Thomas at the plate, 1 for 2 on the night. Connell into his windup, delivers the pitch. That's ball 2. And he takes a couple deep breaths, winds up, throws the ball well inside, almost hits the batter. Count now full at 3-2. Everybody is terribly alarmed. So keep that in mind. I'll turn off this heater now. It's warmed up enough. Thanks, darling. It looks like Connell walked the first Royals batter. That's not ideal, obviously. Not ideal. You know, I need to go get my coffee from inside. I'll leave you here. I'll be right back. Okay. Kyle Isbell is batting. 0-2 is the count. Connell induces the ground ball. It's a good double play ball, but I don't think they're going to get there in time now. They only get the lead runner because the initial double play ball was mishandled. That should have been a double play, but Hernandez had to hold up because the second baseman wasn't at second base. McNeil wasn't at second base. So he had to delay his throwing to McNeil, and then McNeil wasn't able to get to first base in time. I think I just saw them showing his lips, and McNeil said, "My bad." But they get the double play this time. Wow. So we're out of the eighth inning. Bing, bang, boom. Bottom of the eighth. Here we come. Athletics looking sharp tonight in their green jerseys. I like the green jerseys. I like the gold jerseys. Gray jerseys are fine. That's our gray road jerseys are fine. Uh-oh, this lady's got a vine that's twisting around her stomach. I bet that she and that other guy there, I bet that they have Crohn's disease. I'm always like, oh, Crohn's disease. Why do you afflict so many people? One year and 2 years. Crohn's disease. Now, instead of having a vine around their stomach twisting them, they have protective blue bands of light. Look at my blue bands of light. Oh, now they're meeting together at the coffee shop. It turns out he works there and she's getting coffee there. Tremfya. What a wonderful drug. It builds friendships between people. I gotta go to the neighbors tomorrow at 11 to be shown how to turn over their room for the next people who come because they're gonna be out of town. I'm gonna do it for them. They're gonna pay me $50. That's fine. Should be easy enough, wash the sheets, um, clean up, vacuum, wipe surfaces down. All right. The law dog, Lawrence Butler, is at the plate. He's 1 for 4, but that one is a big one. It's a 3-run home run that took the Athletics from a 1-1 tie to a 4-1 lead. Now, takes the second pitch. It's the second ball. 2-0 the count. I'm sorry, 1 for 3. He reached on error, got picked off first base. Like, I called it and it immediately happened. I said before he even, like, as soon as he got on, I said it before the guy even threw a pitch. Right after I said it, he got picked off. I'm like, Lawrence Butler, watch, he's going to get picked off first base or get caught stealing. And it immediately happened. Because he does that like every single time he gets on base. It's ridiculous. But that home run wasn't a problem with that because obviously he didn't get to stand on base at all. He just ran around all of them to home base again. So, we play the Royals again tomorrow, as the TV just reminded me. I already knew that, of course, but Hernandez at the plate. 0-1 is the count. He's 1 for 3. Got a single in the 6th inning and scored a run. He brings the Hernandez sauce, as they like to say. He's waggling his bat. He swings at it, fouls it off. 0-2 now the count. He's what you call a light hitting infielder. He's not responsible for a lot of offense, but he's a serviceable role filler, I guess. He hits that one lazy fly ball, not too lazy, kind of a bloopy fly ball It gets caught on the run by the right fielder. He jogged back to the dugout once again, having gotten out. Thanks a lot, Daryl Hernandez. In the background is that weird pyramid made of cubes. They haven't started coming out. Now it's Curtsy at the plate. He's one for whatever. Swings the first pitch, 0-1. 1 for 3. Walk with a walk and a double. Takes ball 1. 1-1 now to count. Two and 1 now to count. That's his 24th game, this game, reaching base safely. And he reached base twice, once on the walk and once on the double. So even though Curtsy's average isn't great, he's hitting like 230 or something. He's doing a great job. He has the second longest active on-base streak, right behind Ildemaro Vargas from the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wow.
Yeah. Kurtz swings at that pitch, fouls it off. 2-2 is the count. Takes his helmet off, puts it back on again, pushes it down, adjusts it once more, steps into the batter's box, raises the bat over his shoulder, gives it a little waggle. The pitcher now, into the windup, delivers the pitch well inside. Curtsy backs away from that one. And the count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Athletics ahead, 5-1. On the Athletics radio broadcast by Eric. Okay, don't get it confused with the official one. Now, Curtsy swings at that pitch, fouls it off. His helmet comes off. He catches it, puts it back on his head, pushes it down a bit. Wonders why they can't get him a smaller helmet. Never seen anybody whose helmet falls off as more as Nick Kurtz. He has excessive helmet fall-off syndromes, sometimes called too large a helmet. Here comes the pitch. It's swung on. It's just dribbled out in front of the plate. The catcher can't get it in time. And Kurtz is going to find himself on first base. Whether single or error on the catcher remains to be seen. I think they might rule that one an error. I'm not sure. Let's see. He just hits it right off the ground right in front of him. The catcher goes to barehanded and just can't. Yeah, they ruled that an error. And I think that's the right ruling on that one. All right. Shea Langoliers, 1 for 3 on the night, at the plate, bottom of the 8th, swings at it, out of play, 0-1 the count. All right. A happy fan, a little boy, maybe 12 years old or something, 10, 12 years old, caught it. Great catch. Good job, little boy. Okay. He reached way over the railing and just snagged it out of the air. It's a great catch. It looks like his dad maybe even got it on camera. It looks like his dad might have been filming.
Really?
Oh no, he's just texting somebody maybe. I thought he was maybe messing with the video, looking at the video of it. His dad
Maybe
really,
he's just letting someone know he caught the ball.
yeah, his dad's really pumped about it too. All right, now back to the at bat. Langoliers 0-2, bottom of the 8th. Pitch is well outside. Pitcher lucky the catcher was able to get that one. Could have been a wild pitch. 1-2 now to count. Plus 1 of these. Shea Langoliers takes ball 2 in the dirt. Curtsy makes his way back in leisurely fashion. Here comes Kitty Claus. Langoliers hits that pitch, but just flies it out. Got underneath it a bit. That's going to take us to what hopefully will be the final 3 outs of the game as we find ourselves rolling through the commercials between the 8th and 9th innings. This first commercial is a Toyota commercial. So, mostly just showing cars driving around. They're showing cars driving in Sacramento and part of it because, they want to localize it to the market that's watching the game. Yes, you're a happy boy. So we had a political commercial. Now it's a HVAC company. Now we've got a golf club selling store where you can have golf clubs custom designed for your needs. It's called hagenoaks.com. They show this Asian lady with admiring her new club. Now we're back to the game as we almost assuredly, hopefully, are winding down to the end of the stream. Three more outs is all we need. We've got a 4-run lead. And I'm feeling pretty good about this. Into the game. To pitch is still Connell. They left Connell in for another inning, so good for Connell and good for the A's if he can get the second inning's worth of outs. 5-1 is the score. Connell just got the first strike on this batter, Bobby Witt Jr., with a ball well out of the strike zone, whiffed on it. And that's going to be strike 2. 1 and 2 is the count. Connell takes his cap off and puts it back on. He dances his foot around a little bit, does one of these things with his foot in the dirt. He's taking some deep breaths. He's staring at the catcher. Into the windup he goes. Here's the pitch and ball 2. Connell sporting a large diamond cross. Prominently displayed in the middle of his chest. Outside of his uniform, I guess that's allowed in baseball. So here comes the pitch. Piao. Almost offered at by Bobby Witt Jr., but he lays off, and the count will be full now. 3-2. Swing. No, says the first base umpire. Okay, kitty, you're a silly boy. Witt fouls off the next pitch. 3-2 is still the count. And Connell, deep breath, into the windup. That ball is also fouled off by the same bat boy as before. 3-2, the count remains. If you don't think so, you are lame. It's BWJ, Bobby Witt Jr. He swings at the pitch, and it goes into right field for a hit. Bwah, 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 bwah. Lawrence Butler throws the ball back in, and the Royals have one on, nobody out here in the top of the ninth. I've got a kitty on my lap. We've got 3 more outs here in the game and the live stream, hopefully. Provided we don't give up 4 runs here in the top of the ninth. That would be deeply unfortunate. Here comes the pitch. It's ball 2. Things are not looking up for Connell here. If he struggles more in this inning, I would suspect that Kotze will have a fairly short leash on him. Let's go, Connell. He gets Jensen to pop up. Langalier's there to make the catch. It's going to be 1 out in the 9th inning. Kurtzy and Langoliers almost going to run into each other, but then Kurtzy backs off at the last second. Okay. 1 out. We do have somebody up in the pen. Can't see who it is from here. Connell, ball 1. Perez at the plate for the Royals. Connell. Outside, ball 2. He does look to be struggling with his control a little bit. He's having a bit of trouble finding the strike zone. Let's see what happens. Here comes the pitch. It's grounded to the shortstop, Jacob Wilson, who makes the long throw across the diamond. Too late to get the runner. First and second now with 1 out. And I would not be at all surprised if Kotze pulls Connell. The only question is it pronounced Connell or Kuhnel? I don't know. I often live stream during the game, so I don't get to hear the announcers talking about it that much. 2 on now, 1 out. Pitching coach is on the mound, so it doesn't look like we're going to pull him. Otherwise, one imagines it would be Kotze. He gives him a pat on the behind. Langoliers and Connell talking behind their gloves, making sure nobody can read their lips. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. You're a good kitty. Okay. Well, 2 more outs. That's all we need. A double play ball here would end the game. Strike 2. Strikeout wouldn't be terrible. We'd get a strikeout here. His name is, it's like Vasily. Is that what that name says? He swings, fouls it off. And the ball is thrown back to the pitcher, Connell, who has thrown now a total of 27 pitches in 2 innings. Less than 2 innings of work, an inning and a third. All right. Here comes the payoff pitch. No, it's not. 1-2 now to count. He throws the ball. We're looking for one more strike on this guy, and or a double play ball would be great. Can't have and, I guess, or a double play ball would be great. Either one. Barring that, any other kind of out would be acceptable. Now we've got a wild pitch. The runners are going to advance. Oh, 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 oh. Come on, guys. Come on, Connell. Oh, that's a wild pitch. They're not going to call that a pass ball. Connell delivers yet another ball in the dirt. Full goes to count 3-2. If he doesn't get this guy, they're definitely going to pull him. I think they'll pull him after this guy regardless, probably. He's wild and woolly. He's having some trouble. If he walks this guy, the tying run will come to the plate. All right, that ball is hit deep to center field, but playable. And Geloff makes the catch. He's going to score one run, and it's going to advance the guy in second to third. But with 2 outs now, the Athletics have a 3-run lead. So, Kotze coming out to pull Connell. I expected that to happen for sure. All right. Just for the sake of completeness, I'm going to keep the stream going until the game is over. Oh, he almost fell off the ladder because he was trying to hit a bug. Instead, he should have gotten official pest prevention. Oh, Mr. Kitty, what am I supposed to do with you? You've become king of the laps. If he's not sitting on me, he's sitting on Rachel. He sits on Rachel more than me nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
He's a silly boy, aren't you, Kitty? Yes, you're a very silly boy. Daddy knows. And Daddy does. Yes. Daddy appreciates your specialness. What a special kitty. You know what, special kitty? I think you're going to need to get up right now because Daddy wants to go get a couple of gabapentin and a couple of Benadryl. Get ready to go to bed pretty soon. So time to get up. Thank you. All right, we just need one more out. I guess I should wait for the last out. No, just end the stream and we'll be done. Let's go, Athletics. We've got a 3-run lead. Bottom of the 9th. Here comes the pitch. It's out of the strike zone. 1-0. Mark Leiter Jr. on the mound. I don't know if he gets a save for this or not. Ball 2. Athletics pitchers having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone here. Come on, Mark Leiter Jr. That's strike 1. Isaac Collins. Strike 2. Let's go. Let's go, Leiter Jr. Let's go, guys. Here we go. Strike him out. Ooh, ball 3. Ball 3. Come on, guys. Let's go, Athletics.
Let's go, Athletics.
Show us the truth of your winning ways.
Mhm.
Well, he walked it. So, the tying run is at the plate. If this guy, Cattioloni, if he were to get a home run, we'd be in trouble. That's strike 1. Yeah, that's. Thank you, Shea Langeliers. I'm glad Shea Langeliers challenged that one because that is strike 1. Oh, I thought it was a strike. 0.2 inches away. All right. Usually I'm right from watching TV. It's obviously easier than if you're sitting right there. Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. All right, 2-0 the count. My God. The last thing we need is to either go into extra innings or lose this game. So let's just get this guy out. That's strike 1 on a ball well out of the strike zone. Well out of the strike zone. Okay. Here we go. That's a strike. Fouled out of play. Looks like. Yeah, fouled up onto the berm. So we are looking at 2-2 being the count now. With 2 on. Score 5-2. And we'll just figure that probably Leiter Jr. is going to get us out of this inning and out of this game just fine. Here comes the pitch. That is strike 3. The A's win. All right. Thanks for being here. See you later.